Well, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while since I've posted anything. I've been busy with other things, including cars and yeah, all kinds. So what have we got today? One of these nVidia Shield. I've had this for a few years. It never gets used. But now I want to start using it. But when I came to use it, the battery was flat and it wouldn't charge. So, ta-da! We got one of them. So today's job, take this apart and see if we can replace the battery. I've already had it apart once, so I could get the proper part number, because when I was doing some research, depending on what version of this you've got, the battery is slightly different. So I've got the right one, slightly larger capacity. I think this one's only a 2.2 or a 2.3, this is a 2.6. So that'll make a little bit of difference. And to help me do that, I've also splashed out and got myself a precision screwdriver set, which is all very nice. Yeah, so let's have a look. What have we got? I believe we are one of them. Yes, we are. So, pop them over there. One thing I did notice this last time I took it apart was these ones here are slightly too far recessed to get all the way in. They don't actually reach. So what I had to do, that one, I had to get one of these. Can you see that? Not sure whether that's focusing. Yeah. That goes in there, and then put that in there, and that gives me a little bit more length, and this bit isn't quite as fat as that bit, and it does allow me to, so that I can, there we go. Well, doesn't stay in quite as well, but it gets the job done. I'll get this lined up. Go on. So. Trying to remember how I did this last time. There we go. Whoops. Yeah, do be careful. Because we've got two connectors. Which have to be taken out. Just lift that up. That one will come out. Which means we then go like that. Lift that one up. That one will just come out. Put that over there. Okay. So the circuit board's got to come off. Don't need that extension anymore, so put that back. I did look online for any other tutorials on how to replace these batteries, and There was one or two, but none of them were very clear. So I thought, why not? And two more. I'm going to remove these extremely tight. If I remember rightly, the little black bits which normally stay on there came off as well, but it's fine, it hasn't damaged anything, doesn't break anything. Take that one off as well. That one came out okay. And then that's the battery connector. Now we can lift the circuit board out. Just put that. I'm going to put that way. That'll do. Right, two more screws. Notice how the cable is routed. Take this little diamond. Oh, missed them two screws. You wouldn't think I've done this before. That's better. Look at that, straight off. So, yep. One new battery. Get rid of that one. Put this one in. Is that cable longer? No, same length. That kind of slipped down there. A little bit of persuasion, there we go. And then that goes there. Right, cover back on. What's going on here? That's it. Circuit board back in. couple of those screws in before I just hold the board in place. Plug that in. Plug that in. Plug that in. There we go. If you're wondering why this sounds a bit rattly, I think that's because if we, yeah, so you can make it longer and shorter. I don't think all of these screws had to come out actually to release the board. That must have been my mistake. Well, it was my mistake. I'm the only one here. Duh. There you go, that's secure now. It's not going anywhere. Now then, which one goes where? I believe that is. Would that be right? And that. Little locators. Don't know whether you can see the little ridges on there. I believe they are, so they only go in one particular way. Looks about right. Now then, this is going to be the awkward bit. Trying to thread these back in. A little bit cack-handed today. This one. I don't want to tilt this too much, otherwise the buttons drop out again. So, just in case you didn't know how these work, let's have a look. That little black bit there that you can see there, that presses down, which locks it in once you slide the ribbon cable into this edge. You fold that bit down, so it looks like that. So you've got to put the ribbon cable in there. I thought you can't even see that. It's not on camera. And lock it down. I believe that is it done. I then put this back together. And then I should have took some footage of the nVidia Shield showing me that it couldn't even detect, even when it was plugged in and had been left plugged in for hours on end, it couldn't even detect when you were trying to pair it. Wouldn't even see it. And then I could have given you an after bit of footage as well. So I need my extension again. Sure, if I'd paid a little bit more, I wouldn't have needed to do this, because I did see some that had longer shafts on the bits. But I'm a bit of a cheapskate. Yes. Very rarely you'd need that extra length. It was just my luck that one of the first things that I used them on, I did. But even though I didn't get the longer ones, I still managed. I should have done an unboxing of the all back together. I think that's gonna look like it's powered up. I should have done an unboxing of this, shouldn't I? Excuse me. Yeah, it comes with quite a few bits. I don't know why it's got these extra T6 bits, because you've got some T6s there. Maybe it's just because they are the most common. Are they all T6? No, T6, T8, the T10. And I've got a 6, an 8, and a 10. Don't know why. Are they 5 or 6? 6. Magnetising and demagnetizing bit, or whatever you want to call it, just to demagnetize the and that apparently demagnetizes, and if you put it through there, it magnetizes it. How effective that is, I do not know. I've never had an issue with slightly magnetized screwdrivers, even on sensitive ICs and what have you. Comes with a lot of spudges. Those are quite thick. We've also got some of these ones which are very thin, just to slide in to places to try and prise apart. I wouldn't like to try and prise too much with them, but it would hold the case open so that you could get something like this in, which is a lot more firmer. A lot more firmer. It doesn't make proper sense. And then we turn it over, and we've got the screwdriver. Oops, goes in that way. We've got a flexible bit, so if you want to screw around corners, you can. Comes with a pair of tweezers. They're all right. They're not great, but they do the job. And go on, in you go. Yeah. And some more kind of spudges just to wedge things open. Another adapter and a little suction pad which does work. It's fairly strong, and attached to that is your iPhone opening tool, which is handy. I always lose mine. Also came with it was a little magnetic tray to keep your screws on. Handy little thing. A large spudger for prizing things open. A magnifying glass, which is not great, but yeah. And one of these, which is a metal kind of. Can't get it out. It's just a metal tool for wedging in places. Yeah, you can use a little bit more force than plastic tools. Don't know how much force I would like to use on some of today's plastics because they're quite thin. And a plastic pokey thing. That's the official name. Well, it's my official name for it anyway. So, back in there. And I will now go upstairs and give this a go. And just hope I've got these buttons the right way. I think I have. Okay, thanks for watching. Subscribe and like the video, or don't like it. Either way, it's your preference. But, I think we'll find that up to this point is a positive fix, and I'll maybe update the video afterwards to show that it is indeed working and I can play games. Okay, thank you. Catch you later. There we go, very quickly. That's it working. I think it needs to charge just under half, but that's paired and is working as it should. Yep. So definitely positive fix.